guys, thanks for tuning in to Cupcakes and Coupons. Today we are going to make ginger cookies. The holidays are approaching and I was actually talking to my very dear friend Julie on yesterday, and she was wanting a ginger cookie recipe, and I was just thinking about making ginger cookies, and like she said, great minds think alike. So first, we're going to start with 2¼ cups of flour. I have them in my little sifter so we can sift them. To that, we're going to add two teaspoons of ground ginger. And don't go overboard with this because it is a strong spice. We're also going to add a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon that is, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I have already pre-measured those and I have them in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and dump them and get it all sifted. Okay, finish sifting that. We have that all sifted. I'm going to set this to the side, and next we are going to add to our mixing bowl 1 cup of sugar and a 1/4 cup of butter, which is, or more margarine. You can use butter or more margarine for this recipe. It actually calls for margarine, but I think everything tastes better with butter, so I usually always use real butter in my recipes. And as you see, I have a 1/4 cup. I guess the oven is ready. A 1/4 cup of butter, and it has been sitting out at room temperature, as I always do when I'm baking. Get that butter added in with our cup of sugar. And I always like to get all of that butter into my mixing bowl. And with clean hands, you can scrape that into the bowl, and we are going to mix this together until it's light and fluffy. Okay, I think that is nice, light, and fluffy. To that, we're going to add our 1 egg, and I like to crack my egg into a bowl before I add it to my mix, because no one wants eggshells in their baking. Okay, so 1 egg added to the mixture, and we will start mixing that in. After we add the egg, then we will stir in a tablespoon of water, and we have a 1/4 cup of molasses. I've already um, measured out my molasses. And a little tip that I can give you guys, I spray some of my baking spray into my dish before I add the molasses because it is sticky, and it helps it come out easier. And if it doesn't quite come out the way that we want it to, then I'll take my handy dandy spatula and scrape the bowl and get it out. Water and our molasses. Have my spatula getting all of that molasses goodness out. I'm going to turn my mixer off and kind of scrape down the bowl. And after the bowl is scraped down, we will start adding our sifted ingredients in a little bit at a time. Okay, our dough is finished mixing. I've set it in the refrigerator because I like for the dough to set up a little bit and be a little bit more pliable, and I will show you why in a minute. So I'm going to try to keep it in there for at least 30 minutes. In the meantime, I have what I'm going to call a quick tip to show you guys. I could not find my quarter of a cup measuring cup. Who knows where my husband put it? He may have found a new home for it. Anyway, so I wasn't going to use this because I was measuring out molasses, and yeah, this is not what I wanted to use. So what I stumbled upon was this is a 2 tablespoon measuring cup spoon. And what I did was I got some water, and I'm going to try to demonstrate this to you. I got some water and I wanted to see how many tablespoons equals a quarter of a teaspoon. So I put in 2 tablespoons, and obviously that is not enough. And I put in my second teaspoon, or 2 tablespoons. So I have learned that 4 tablespoons equals a quarter of a cup. And there you go. There is my quick tip of the day. Okay guys, as you can see, the oven has been preheated to 350 degrees. Okay guys, now for the fun part. I've let my cookie dough sit in the fridge for a good 30 minutes or so, and I have 2 tablespoons of sugar, and I'm also using my lovely 2 tablespoon measuring spoon. And as you can see, I kind of dipped it in my cookie dough. And FYI, clean hands guys. And this is too big, so what I'm going to actually do is divide this in half. And what we do is we take this and make a ball And then we roll it around in our sugar. This is a good fun thing to do with the kiddos. And Julie, I hope that you and Isaiah do this because I think he will have lots of fun making these cookies. There we go. Another ball. Roll it around in the sugar. Take it out. And I am leaving a couple of inches in between each cookie because I haven't made them in well over a year, so I don't even remember if they spread. So yeah, continue to do that. Okay guys, I have added 6 to my sheet pan, and I'm going to sort of flatten each one out. I actually looked at my recipe, and funny thing, it actually says to put these about 2 inches apart, so they will spread. They are going to spread is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I've smashed these down, and I guess I wanted to say this works out for me perfectly. Well, for 2, but if you don't have this measuring spoon, I don't know where I got it from. I'm kind of obsessed with measuring spoons, so I have several different sets. If you take just your regular teaspoon or tablespoon, I'm sorry, and scoop, it makes the perfect cookie. Perfect scoop for the perfect cookie. Okay, and with that being said, we're going to put these in our preheated oven of 350 degrees, and these should bake for 8 to 10 minutes. So I always have to set my timer. I'm going to first set it for 8 minutes and put these in the oven, and I will be back. Okay guys, I've let the cookies cool on a wire rack, and I have a twist. Of course, you can just eat these cookies as is, and they are absolutely amazing. They're soft and chewy and just reminds you of the holidays. But I have a twist. This is the white chocolate vanilla bean buttercream that I made. And what you do is you get your cookie and you just squeeze a little bit of that into the cookie and sandwich it in between 2 cookies. And oh my God, these are so amazing. That is my twist on ginger cookies, and I would like for you guys to try it out and tell me what you think. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.